Let's talk more about the top of that trade bait board now with our hockey insider, Chris Johnston. Starting at number 2, Patrick Kane has moved up to there. And you're reporting that one way or the other, this could be resolved long before the deadline.
Absolutely. I think by the end of this weekend, we're going to have some resolution on this matter with Patrick Kane. And at this point, the resolution could be one of two things. He either elects that he doesn't want to waive his no-movement clause. He's going to remain with the Chicago Blackhawks for the rest of the season. I think if he does that, he's probably going to get a hip procedure for some of the issues that have been bothering him. Or, open door two, he waives that no-movement clause and he's traded. And at this point in time, it seems as though the New York Rangers are really the only consideration for the team where Patrick Kane would go. But he hasn't gone there yet, and I think he's still working through his process. The Blackhawks are on the road in San Jose for a game on Saturday. Patrick Kane is meeting with his representative, California-based agent Pat Brisson, and working through this, and I think it really is an emotional, difficult decision for him. 16 years in one organization. I think he's coming to peace. Does he move on? Does he chase the Stanley Cup? It would be his 4th somewhere else, or does he maybe just shut it down for the season and see where he's at in free agency?
Still a possibility with the Rangers, even though they made the Tarasenko deal? I mean, would they have the cap space?
They can create the cap space. They held Vitaly Kravtsev and Jake Leschyshyn out of their lineup on Thursday. If they, send Leschyshyn down, maybe send Kravtsov out in a subsequent deal, perhaps for Kane, I think that they can create the room needed. And that is a bit of a surprise, because remember, when they made that Tarasenko move, even Patrick Kane himself was emotional because he thought it closed the door on the Rangers. That is not the case.
Okay, the top of the board still, Timo Meier of San Jose, the Sharks' leading goal scorer. What's the latest on him?
There's lots of interest here, and in this case, the player doesn't have control, so it's a little bit more up in the air in terms of San Jose working through their options. And, one emerged on the radar this week in the St. Louis Blues after they made their deals, got 2 extra first-round picks. That seems to have cooled off for the time being. So we're back to kind of the original 3 that I think have really been chasing hardest all along. That would be the New Jersey Devils, Carolina Hurricanes, and the Vegas Golden Knights, who for me are kind of the dark horse in this race. They made a big move in terms of getting Shea Weber's contract off their books earlier this week, and I think that they're well positioned to perhaps welcome Meier not just for this year, but extend him beyond this point in time. And so Mike Grier is asking for 3 assets. Well, right now he's trying to play those teams off each other and get the best 3 assets possible.
The top 2 names on the board. Question is, will they still be on the board when the deadline comes around 1 week from now? Chris Johnston, thank you.